Visual Studios and getting used to its environment. Let's get started. So this is the icon you're going to see. Click on it and it's going to take you to this page. You can either start a new project, open a previous project, or right here it shows what previous projects you've been working on. So for now we're just going to create a new project, and right here you're going to fill in what you're going to name your project. So right now I'm just going to do that. And all of this is set in the correct one, so you don't really have to do anything. Select OK and make sure that you know where you saved it. So I saved it in a folder on my desktop, which you have to know where you saved it so you can either move it or open it from the correct folder. So now it's creating the project, and once it's done you're gonna see this form. Now this form is called design. That's where you drag in a lot of things from the toolbox. So let's say I'm gonna drag in a button, and a button, basically what it does is when you click on it, something's gonna pop up, or most of the code is going to be coded in buttons because that's what moves things or makes things visible or calculates things most of the time. So a lot of these are really helpful when you're doing your project, and this just gives you like a visual kind of representation of what your finished product would look like. Another one that is commonly used is a label, and it's just a label so you can either label things, obviously. There's also a text box, which it would look like this, and this is normally for the user to type in their name or numbers or some information that can get outputted in another text box or label. Alright, so first and foremost though, what you really need to do is name the form. So right here where it says name, you name it. So I just put FRM main. That is what's most commonly used. And down here where the text is, I'm going to change it to tutorial. And notice when I click on the form, it changed to tutorial. And here you can find you can make your form bigger or smaller. And up here you can adjust the back color, which is right now it's like a grayish color. You can do a custom one. I'm gonna do like a bluish color, and it's gonna change it to that. You can also do like an image, and what it does, it has a pop-up like this, and most of the time you go to local resource and you select import, which you can import whatever you want. So I'm just gonna import a picture from one of my previous projects. Let's do a red Tesla. So what this does is it changes the background to your picture, which is pretty cool. Also, if you want to code, where you go is you can either double click on one of the buttons or tools that you selected and dragged into your form, or right here you double click on it will show you the code. So it's FRM main that shows you the code, while these other ones are just setting up your project and just general code. And this is if you have any pictures, it will show up here. So this is going to be our main workspace along with this code that we personally put it in. So these two we don't actually really use that much. Alright, let's go back to this. There are also many other functions such as radio buttons, and what they do is the user can click on it to select it, and there would be code that will correspond to which radio button they picked. So it's like a checkbox. It's really useful. If you want to group things together, there are also group boxes. So you can go down and you can see how there's containers. So a group box is part of containers. And you can drag multiple radio buttons or checkboxes in a group box, and it will basically group everything together, and you can label it for whatever you want, which is really useful and convenient. Again, if you want to put like a text box in, you can also not only put text in it, you can change the color of the text that would be displayed. You can change the font and the size. There are many components right here, and it's really nice to go to this properties window and customize. So when I run it, and it's going to take a pretty long time for the first try. It's just going to look exactly as the form that I was designing it on. Unless, however, you set this text box, for instance, to be non-visible. Then it won't show up on here. But everything will show up on this design form, so you know what you're doing and where everything is placed. Alright guys, that is an overview on most of the tools and some of the basic functions that are available in Visual Studios, and I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned something.